Why texting like an idiot toddler is the sexiest possible archetype you could possibly be on the dating apps. Guys, a big problem you have is that you're too smart for the dating apps, believe it or not. And this intelligence is sabotaging you every single step of the way. The thing is that so many of you guys are in what I would call LinkedIn mode when it comes to sending your text messages. You're treating it like a job interview, like a puzzle to be solved. But what you have to understand is that the most attractive thing, like I just said, you could possibly be on the apps is an idiot virgin toddler. Let me explain, because I'm sure most of you are just about to click away and turn off the video right now because it's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, and I totally understand. Quite honestly, if you had told me this a year and a half ago, I would have told you the same thing, because it goes against all conventional wisdom that you were taught about how to approach women, not just in person, but most especially on the dating apps. But what you need to understand is that, first of all, the way you think you're texting now with the strategic openers, the calculated lines, the smooth transitions to a date, you think it reads as confidence, as masculinity, as leading the situation, but in fact, what it reads as manipulation, as trying to control the situation, as trying to appear like you're compensating for something, right? And women can pick up on this from a mile away, even if she can't tell exactly why. It's just the feeling that these messages give off. And also keep in mind, if you think you're standing out because you're confident to lead the conversation this way, there's so many other guys who are texting the same way. What you have to understand, and I'm going to show you some before and after examples in a second here so you'll get the picture. What you have to understand is that when you text like an idiot virgin toddler, I know it's ridiculous, bear with me, but when you text like that, like she's the scary one and you're just here trying to entertain yourself with no agenda, that's actually the sexiest thing you could possibly be. Because when you say something dumb, quote unquote, or stupid or ridiculous, while an insecure guy masquerading confidence is going to be too afraid to do that, but someone who's not afraid to say a dumb, absurd, ridiculous joke is someone who either genuinely doesn't care or is supremely confident in himself. Regardless, both of those are extremely attractive. So let's get into examples. And guys, if you want to see for yourself the difference, just check out the guy, link in the description, and get an analysis on your text game, free trial, and you'll see for yourself the difference. And I get if you're hesitant, because before I started doing this myself, literally the only way I ever sent these text messages as a virgin toddler, quote unquote, is when my co-founder would literally steal my phone, run away, lock himself in a room, and then send it for me. I was horrified, and then eventually I started actually getting responses. So let me give you some before and after examples here. So say she says, "What do you like to do for fun?" Typical. A smart guy, you right now at the moment, would probably say something like, "I'm really into hiking. I just did a 14er last month actually, and I'm also trying to master Italian food in my free time, starting to get into cooking." Okay, typical, kind of boring, very logical. Almost like you're writing up a resume, cover letter. The idiot toddler would say something like, "I collect restraining orders, not on purpose. I just have bad luck with the neighbors." So think about right there. I mean, it just is an open loop that she is going to have to respond to because it's so ridiculous, it's funny, it's absurd, and she needs more info. Let me give you another example. She says, "You're funny," after you crack a joke. Let's see. The strategic guy says, "Ha ha, thanks, exclamation point. I try. So what about you? What makes you laugh?" Again, just boring interview-like questions. The toddler would say, "Please don't tell anyone. I have a reputation to protect and it's not a funny one." So just, you can see how the toddler has no agenda, is just playing. And guys, what this really reads over text, it's not manipulation, it's not faking something you're not, it's just how you flirt over text. And I think women are much better at just flirting in general, whereas men are in just boring, logical interview mode. Again, you guys are logging off of work at 5 p.m., going on the dating apps, and still in LinkedIn mode. That's your problem. Okay, last example. She sends you a mirror selfie of her at the gym and she's looking fantastic. Calculated guy would say, wow, looking good, exclamation point. What's your workout routine like? I mean, can you see the theme here, guys, of just boring, logical, interview-like questions? Like, are you gonna ask her about her macros next? A idiot toddler would say, I pulled a muscle getting out of bed this morning, so I'm going to need you to stop showing off. So do you see how he's like still complimenting her, making a self-deprecating joke, but in a funny way, and then telling her to stop? And guess what, guys? When you tell her to stop, she's only going to do it more. That's the big thing you guys need to realize. So guys, to wrap up here, what you need to understand is that the zero calculation is the point. Because when you present yourself as being perfectly manicured, a perfect polished product on the dating apps, it's not like she's going to think, wow, this guy's perfect. What she's going to think is, wow, this guy is presenting himself as perfect. What's the red flag? But when you act like an idiot virgin toddler who's just trying to have fun, who's borderline afraid of women, who is trying to keep her at an arm's length, but can be persuaded to meet up. When you act like that, she can see the red flags and she knows what she's dealing with. Remember, the dude from American Psycho, I can't remember his name right now. It's very early in the morning, but Jason Bateman, Patrick Bateman, David Bateman, I don't know. But the dude from American Psycho, played by Christian Bale, was a perfect catch on paper. Perfectly tailored suits, works on Wall Street, six-pack abs, amazing apartment, but he was a serial killer. So that's what women are going to assume if you act too perfect. So yeah, guys, hopefully this has been helpful for you. What you have to understand at the end of the day is that you just got to treat it like you're having fun, like you're having a game. When you act like an idiot virgin toddler, that is when you're going to be at your most effective on the dates, and it's just going to be completely different than everything else. Now, believe me, this was an accidental discovery, but trust me, when you start acting like this, most importantly, when you start texting like this on the dating apps, it's going to, you're just going to see a total sea change like I have myself ever since I started texting it. Because I was the guy texting the way all the dating influencers have told you to text, and ultimately all it's going to do is get you ghosted, is get you polite, careful responses, but it's not going to lead to the end result that you really want. If you're skeptical, which I totally understand, if you're skeptical, check out the guy, free trial, link in the description. You don't even need to send a text, just paste in a screenshot of a message thread, get an analysis of where you're going wrong, and then get 3 hand-picked lines to move forward. All right, guys, that's it for me in this one. Subscribe to the channel. 5 videos per week. We're not fooling around here. This is too important to spoon feed. We're coming out with 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday, daily. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Drop a comment if you have a question, and I'll get back to you. Bye.